Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure and it's a deep honor for me and for my wife, Catalina Iuga, to present the award of Service with Dignity Leadership, which is presented to a Romanian public servant that has proven constant effort to exemplarily fulfill work duties and go beyond those often at high personal risk. The awardees are men and women that undoubtedly serve as role models for the community. By their impeccable professional and ethical standards, those nominated for this award are seen as guardians of the good society, leaders among their peers, and a source of pride and inspiration. We all know that 2020 has been an exceptionally difficult year because of the pandemic. And economic, social systems have been put under enormous pressure. In certain moments, democracy was on the edge. Our experience in 2020 confirms and reinforces the importance of the public systems for the good functioning of the society. We have seen in Romania, since early March, tens of thousands of health workers, of people who are in the emergency services or in the army or in the gendarmerie, who are on duty and working tirelessly in order to prevent and minimize the impact of the COVID crisis. We have seen true heroism gestures among them, and our devotion and our thanks as a society should go to all those involved in minimizing and fighting the pandemic. We think that in this year, which was marked by the COVID-19 pandemic, the award should go to an individual who is standing in front line of the battle against this virus, who has proven to be not only an example of ethical and professional conduct, but also an embodiment of the qualities of the authentic values-based leadership. It was difficult for us to choose a winner among so many people who delivered exceptional performance in the context of the pandemic. However, the Service with Dignity Leadership Award goes to Mihnea Mureșan. Mihnea Mureșan is a pilot in what we call in Romania SMURD, which is the helicopters unit of the General Inspectorate of the Ministry of the Interior. The award goes to Mihnea, but this award is also a recognition of his colleagues in the SMURD helicopters department, who are flying 10 helicopters across the country in order to provide the much needed services for those in need in those days. A few facts about Mihnea. Mihnea is young. He comes from Bistrița, and he graduated high school in Bistrița before choosing a pilot career. Maybe one or two facts. Since 2013, he is part of the SMURD pilots team, and since 2013, he started real search, rescue, and emergency missions. Since 2019, he is pilot on helicopters EC-135. A few more facts. In his 7 years since he's a pilot, he flew more than 2,100 hours on 1,200 missions. In 2020 alone, he took part in 180 missions, flying missions, totaling 350 hours. What is special about Mihnea and about his colleagues is the fact that for them, every mission is a matter of life and death for the passengers and for the patients who are on board of the helicopter. This raises enormously the stakes and the responsibility for Mihnea and his colleagues. They have to adapt They have to find solutions against difficult weather conditions. They have to race against time in order to deliver medical services or to transport the people who are patients in a deep crisis or in an emergency. And I think that this is special because also it's an opportunity for development. Moments of deep crisis are an opportunity for many of us to encourage the development of strong characters, of balanced people who can face adversity and significant challenges. When speaking with Mihnea, you realize that beside his professional skills, he is a young man with a lot of depth in his heart, because he is concerned not only about delivering on the flight missions, but is also concerned about the responsibility he has towards the society. And this is, I think, very good news, because this can be an example for the younger generation. I want to thank Mihnea on behalf of the Aspen Institute and wish him all the best going forward. Thank you, Mihnea, and your colleagues for what you are doing for the country in these difficult times.
The service we provide in support of people whose lives are in danger is a great honor and a huge responsibility for all those involved in this team. The award, even though it's nominal, is a recognition of the activity of all those who in 2020 fought in the front line, both on land and in the air, for the noble goal to help those whose lives depend on our takeoffs. I wish our example to be a banner for many of the young people who are at the crossroads, to choose first of all the good of the community they belong to and to actively participate in this desideratum. Helping the person beside you is an act of humanity. This is the reason why I invite everyone to take a small step in bringing a plus to the society we are part of. The context of the pandemic has put to a great test this effort that must be a collective one. It has put us all in front of an invisible enemy that we can defeat only through sustained joint effort. In these difficult times, it is important for civil society to support rescue systems such as MURT and to make sure that we, those involved in the front line, will do everything we can to get over this situation. Thank you for the encouragement that this awards represents, and I want you to carry on this struggle and constantly be aware that our individual good depends on the good of the community in which we live. Thank you once again for this opportunity, and I wish you all the best, and please stay safe.